Tom Slingsby, Olympic gold medalist on London 2012, multiple times laser world champion, Huntsman on Magic today on New York Yacht Club, American Magic. Tom, could you please summarize the day for us?
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Flat water, sort of building breeze from 8 to, I think we got about 16 or 17 knots there at the end. Yeah, it was just a perfect day for testing.
We saw that there were some issues in America. Unfortunately today around 2 o'clock it had to be towed back to shore on displacement mode. Could you be a little bit specific on what happened?
Yeah, we had just a system malfunction downstairs and an oil leak, and when that happens you just basically can't move the foils, which means you can't tow in and you can't keep sailing. So they had to head in slowly, and we ended up just kept sailing Magic and did a couple of race laps on the closer shore.
Is it exactly the same issue that happened on Magic last week?
No, this is a new issue. Something we haven't had before, I think.
Then during the time that we had the two boats speed testing, going specifically into the downwind, over the last couple of days and also today, we noticed that most of the time America sails a little bit lower than Magic. However, whenever America wants to sail on the same angle, it looks like it's a little bit hard to accelerate like Magic. Would you agree on that, or what's the sensation?
No, I'd agree that America seems to have a bit more moding abilities. It seems that way, but at the same time, yeah, I think it was a pretty even split today on starboard, upwind and downwind. So yeah, it's yeah, I think downwind for sure that America might have had a little edge today on starboard.
And then when talking import tag, when you're comparing your foil number 4, the new one on Magic against number 1 on, against number 2 on America, which conclusions did you get?
I don't think there's any conclusions. One's quite a bit bigger and one's quite a bit smaller, so they obviously have a crossover. At certain times, like the bigger foil will beat the smaller foil, but it's how much distance it can get in that lighter air, and then vice versa the other way. The small foil number 2 comes through pretty well when it gets windy. But yeah, like we've seen, it's obviously there's differences in the foils, but being able to sail around a boat, if a boat gets ahead of you on a tight racetrack with boundaries, is another story.
Leaving the foils aside for 1 minute, this morning we noticed that there were some works being done on Magic, checking the tension on the highers and on the lowers, and also they were checking the movement of the rudder rake. Were you trying anything specific today on the boat tuning on Magic?
No, I got told we had some new rigging which had to bed in today, so I think they were just making sure that before we headed out it hadn't already eased off too far, so we could go. Obviously that sort of stuff stretches a little, and just keeping that in check. As for the rudder checks, I didn't know about that.
What's the plan for the following days?
Following days, I think, yeah, we're just going to be, it was beautiful forecast again for the next 3 days, sort of windy, flat water. It's kind of perfect for testing things. Yeah, we've got a few things on our list, whether it's foils, whether it's aero testing, or whether it's moding and trying different cants and things like that. And yeah, which order we're going to do that, I'm not too sure, but we'll be going through a lot of things this week.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries.